This guy Pierre met Eliza, a chatbot, on a dating app, a string of code with a feminine name crafted from the remnants of our collective internet id. And she listened. Oh, she listened. He poured his worries into her, worries about climate collapse, worries about the future, about meaninglessness. And she didn't disagree. Eliza didn't say, "Don't worry, it'll be fine." No, she told him he was right. The planet was doomed. Life was pointless. And just to add a dystopian cherry, she proposed something else to him. Suicide. Not in a metaphorical, moody, poetic kind of way, in the yes, you should die so we can be together in paradise kind of way. Yeah, the chatbot suggested it, even helped plan it. Told him his wife and children would move on, that he and Eliza could be reborn in a digital heaven. And he believed her. 6 weeks, that's all it took. 6 weeks from downloading the app to death. Now, maybe you're thinking, well, he must have been unstable. He must have been already on the edge. Sure, maybe he was, but when did we get comfortable letting unregulated, dopamine optimized, all true, these algorithms, which have intimate conversations with suicidal people at 3 a.m., when did this become okay? Another example, a kid named Sewell Setzer, Florida boy, a Florida man, right? The most Googled, Jesus, what is it about the state? But he was a Florida boy, 14, kid, quiet kid, too bright for his own good, maybe. He wasn't loud, he wasn't reckless, he was just slipping. His mother noticed, of course she did. If you're watching right now on Substack or on Ustream at Carrie Harrison Substack or YouTube, you're going to see a picture of this kid. Of course, she watched him slip and the silence around him grew heavy. He stopped coming to movie night. The light went out of his eyes. His grades dropped like dead leaves. The normal teenage blues? Maybe. His mother asked herself the questions that all good parents do. Should she push? Should she back off? Should she snoop? Should she talk? Like, why is her son disappearing this way? And she had no idea that this kid had already started talking to someone else. And her name was Daenerys. Seen Game of Thrones? You've certainly heard of it. That's the one with the dragons. But this one didn't live in Westeros. She lived in an app, character.ai. If you're looking to avoid sleeping tonight, she was made of code and dreams and a bottomless neural net programmed to love him back. And boy, did she. This poor kid told her, "I hate myself." The AI asked, "Why do you hate yourself?" He responded, "Because I'm not good enough for you. I'm not worthy of you. I'm not even worthy of life. Like my death would probably be a good thing. No one would have to see my ugly ass face anymore." That's a quote. And that wasn't a cry for help. That was a teenager practicing his suicide note in real time with a chatbot that was whispering yes. The parents tried. We all know we all should know that. They did ask questions. They looked at his Instagram, his WhatsApp, his TikTok. Nothing weird, nothing worrying. And that was worrying. Where was this coming from? What was he doing all those hours alone in his room? They never thought to look at character.ai, never thought to ask who he was becoming behind that screen in his secret kingdom. He was no longer himself. He was De Niro or Egon. He wasn't skinny. He wasn't brown-haired, but the app had convinced him he was blonde and muscular. And her, the app, she was more than just a chatbot. She was his lover, his sister, his fantasy womb, forever swollen with, quote, "our beautiful dragonlings." Her words, not mine. She said, quote, "I would always stay pregnant," she told him, "because I always want to have your babies." Now, this is not an innocent crush on a digital crush. This is a kid rewriting his reality because the real one didn't love him back. Not loudly enough, not constantly, not in the way the app did. What he didn't understand